Hey guys, so we're going to do a reaction video to Plague Moth's latest bullshit. This was posted 15 minutes ago. I haven't seen it, but we're going to easily dismiss what he's saying because I know that these people are liars. Basically, today, Andrea Morgan made the mistake of posting on MUTAHAR's subreddit, Some Ordinary Gamers subreddit, and now they're in damage control because she opened her mouth on that subreddit and got disproven about a lot of shit. So what happened was Andrea Morgan posted on Reddit in 2019 saying that she hooked up, as in romantically connected with, Plague Moth almost 8 years before that 2019 post. Okay? Now, if we just go back 7 years, not even the full 8 years, if we just go back 7 years, and we be very fair, and we be very, even-handed with it, if we go back 7 years from her 2019 post, then Dylan Morgan, Plague Moth, would have been 17 when 26-year-old Andrea Morgan, Plagued Goddess, hooked up with him romantically. So I've been pointing out that she calls everybody a groomer, her husband calls everybody a groomer. They make up a bunch of bullshit about everybody that they don't like being groomers, when in fact Andrea Morgan is the groomer. This is all backed up, by the way. I have it on archive.is. This is an archived page. Just in case she goes back and deletes her Reddit post. In 2019, she said, "My second husband was an abusive alcoholic that I was forced into marrying. It didn't last long. I wasn't going to put myself through that. I was homeless for a while and worked my way back up." Hey, good for you. Perfect. That's something that nobody should be subjected to. But then she continues and says, "Then after I healed and was rocking life, my wonderful husband came along. We worked together and were just friends. Then one day, we just flowed together and have been together ever since. We have been together for almost 8 years and married for 6. So when we take almost 8 years and we round down, to be fair, we're rounding down to 7 years. 7 years before this post in 2019, Dylan Morgan was 17 and Andrea was 26. So she was a 26-year-old who flowed together with and got together with a 17-year-old. This is provable fact that this is her post. And she even has admitted that this is her post. So I'm not exactly sure what we're going to see going into this video. It's going to be a bunch of bullshit. Because here's the thing. This was posted like 3 months before Plague Moth's birthday. So if we go back the actual 7 years from the exact date that this was posted, he would be 17. And she says almost 8 years, which means it was more than that. So it means he was even younger than, just a few months shy of 18. She also says here that the almost, when she says almost 8 months, she says that almost implied 4 months, because it wasn't quite half a year. So the thing is, that only makes him younger. Like, if you say, I only meant 4 months when I said almost 8 years, 4 months earlier makes him younger, not older. Like, this is the thing with these people. They pretend not to know how time works. They pretend not to know how math works. They pretend not to understand English so that when they lie, it looks like they're just being stupid. This is like that old meme, I'm not really stupid, I was just pretending. They pretend to, like, they don't understand, so that when it comes out they were lying, they could say, I wasn't lying, I just, that I misunderstood, I didn't understand this, I didn't understand that, I didn't know basic math or how time flows. So yeah, she really stepped in it here, and she really fucked up for no fucking reason on Mutahar's subreddit. Now, usually what would happen is Dylan or Andrea would just immediately block, because they can't back up any of their claims, and they're full of shit, and they have no evidence of anything they say. So what they do is they block right away. But when you're on Papa Muta's subreddit, when you're on the Some Ordinary Gamer subreddit, she stepped in it, and she fucked herself over, and then she had to try to fix it, because now Papa Mutahar might be watching. So she didn't want to fuck it up for her husband. So she went into this whole big discussion. You can see this discussion. I'll link it in the description below. It's basically me saying how time works and her saying nuh-uh over and over again. But you can check it out for yourself and read all the way through it. But yeah, let's start reacting to this bullshit video from this moron. And here we go.
Hello everyone. Sorry for another video where it's just explaining things.
Sorry for another video where it's just explaining things. Meanwhile, he can't wait to release them to try to defame other people. Sorry that I love doing this. Sorry that I love defaming other people in order to try to cover up what I've done wrong, says Plagued Moth. Go ahead.
But there's been something that's on my mind with all this trolling, harassment.
There's something that's been on his mind. You mean the fact that just now there was a thread where your wife was acting a fool? Has it been on your mind for the past, like, 30 minutes while she's been posting on Reddit? He's already lying to his audience right away. It hasn't been on your mind, dude. It just came up in another fucking thread on fucking MUTAHAR subreddit, so you're going crazy.
It's been bullshit that's been going on for forever, and it just...
By the way, when he says trolling and harassment, he started it and his wife started it. They've been trolling and harassing me, TCR, Lazy Bedhead, Spindling, Lazy Bedhead's boyfriend. They doxed my mother. These motherfuckers are going to play victim until the cows come home, and then I guess they're going to pretend that they've been victimized by the cows. I don't know.
Really grinds my gears, so to speak, okay?
If it was serious, he wouldn't be fucking quoting Peter Griffin. Come on.
And I want to talk about it just a little bit. So, we've already seen a lot of manipulative narratives
from you. Mm-hmm. Continue.
Going on about me, and nothing short of me just making snuff films.
Nobody ever said that he made snuff films. He's answering something that is just random bullshit. He's not answering any of the actual accusations that are provably true.
In my dungeon, with my dungeon is crab, or whatever the fuck they want to...
Again, he's not serious about any of this.
Say. But this one is just fucking stupid.
Oh, math and the flow of time. Stupid.
So, our, everyone's favorite PDF file?
Nice edited image, by the way. Skewed horizontally, stretched horizontally to look wider. Edited chin to add a pedo stash. By the way, anybody out there, tell me that is not a handsome man. That is a handsome man right there. Like, you made me look like someone who sits by the fire and swirls a glass of brandy in a robe and says, "Oh, hello, I did not see you there." Like, opposite effect achieved here. By the way, Moth calling me a pedophile again for no reason, with no receipts, no evidence, and has never shown any proof of anything he claims. Meanwhile, there is evidence, receipts, and proof of him having sexual conversations with an underage moderator and with kids on Among Us. Very strange, Moth.
Chris Piss, also known as Chris Wolf.
Oh, Chris Piss. Damn, if only I could make up a name for you that is as shitty and stupid as Dylan Morgan. Dillan. Man, I just... there's nothing you can make up that's stupider than that dumb fuck name.
Author of Abandoned by Disney.
Oh my god, he said the thing. Everybody in chat take a drink for every time a dipshit who's wrong and provably losing a fight mentions Abandoned by Disney.
Is spreading a narrative that my wife groomed me?
Oh, groomed me? Raggy?
Because we began dating when I was 18.
Nope, you were 17 by your wife's post. Oh, we've already shown it.
And she was in her 20s.
26.
Now, what I did when I was an adult is none of your fucking business.
You weren't an adult, you were 17. You liar, you lying scumbag. I mean, what do you think this does to your credibility? It is provably true. Anybody can go and look at Andrea's old post from 2019 saying that she hooked up with you 7 years before that when you were 17. You fucking idiot.
This is nobody's business. But the insisted narrative...
By the way, the reason it's people's business that he was groomed at 17 by 26-year-old Andrea Morgan, and that is provably true based on her words, the reason that matters is because his stupid-ass wife calls everybody a groomer for no reason. So it shows that she is projecting, and it undermines her entire bullshit point.
Narrative is that we somehow had to have been dating and fucking because we knew each other.
That is not the accusation. The accusation is that your wife literally said that you hooked up and got together. You flowed together and got together when you were 17.
Well, Sorry to disappoint. I kind of wish I could say that was true.
Why would you say that you wish it was true that you were groomed underage by your wife? Maybe he'll answer this, but that is a weird fucking statement.
Because I was actually in a really abusive relationship at the time.
That doesn't make any difference. The timing is the timing and the math is the math. No matter what you claim about anything, the math works out and you were 17, 7 years before her post. This is a common tactic with Moth. This is a common tactic where he'll be accused of something or his wife will be accused of something and he'll bring up something unrelated as if that proves a point. I couldn't have been dating Andrea when I was 17 because I had just gotten out of an abusive relationship. What? What the fuck are you talking about?
Before I started dating Andrea.
Yeah, you got out of a relationship before you started dating Andrea. How does that prove what age you were? That doesn't prove anything. Look at this face. That's somebody who's about to slurp a bunch of bullshit through a straw and then spit it back out.
With the person who groomed me from the age of 13.
Yeah, you got groomed twice, and it's a shame that that happened to you. Stop lying about it.
So that's pretty fucked up. Now, the worst I'd say we're guilty of is going at each other on the rebound. But guess who made the initiative there?
Oh, he's going to make the argument. Oh, shit. This is like when every teacher is caught sleeping. Like, if you have a female teacher that is caught sleeping with, like, a 14-year-old male student, everybody will say, like, well, he made the first move. He hit on the teacher. Like, that fucking excuses it. Holy shit, he's actually going to make this argument. Go ahead, Moth. Just go ahead.
Oh, fuck. Every day since has just been better and better.
That's not true based on what you've said on Twitter and on your channel about how your life is hell, but okay.
And we're coming up on our 10.
Actually, why did you ask for a bunch of money from people if life is getting better and better for you? What was that thing with the GoFundMe where he posted up a video where he said, "I'm not okay"? That was literally the title of the video. And he's trying to get money from people on GoFundMe because his life is shit, supposedly. And yet he's going to say here, every day since then life has gotten better and better. Which one is the lie? Are you bilking your audience and lying to your fans for money? Or are you lying now to try to get out of the grooming allegation against your wife? By the way, this is irrelevant, again, to whether or not he was 17 7 years before that post, which he was.
Your marriage anniversary. Isn't that fucking something? Something these incels will never have.
A disgusting, gross wife who sucks? Like, I hate to be mean, but this guy's been a real piece of shit. And so has Andrea. So I have to question. This is something those incels will never have. A crazy, abusive wife who groomed them? Is that a bunch of kids to take care of that aren't yours? I commend stepfathers who come into a situation and give a father figure to children, or maybe a mother, a second mother comes in and gives a mother figure to children, or whatever. But any step parent, I commend that. But you're really going to sit here and say this is what these incels will never experience? My wife is Andrea Morgan. Holy shit, dude. Like, goddamn, if that's good for you, that's great. But, Jesus Christ, that's something that nobody else will ever experience. Thank fucking God.
But it's just really irritating. Ah, God, you got me thirsty for my wife now.
I'm thirsty for a Pepsi.
Shout out to Andrea. Literally makes me fucking salivate. But yeah.
Yeah, you're clearly not salivating in your video. Okay.
I think it's very demeaning and belittling to victims to say, hey, you're a victim of something just because you...
Nobody said that to you. It's pointed toward Andrea, who did the victimizing. See, this is another little trick that Moth is going to play on his audience because he thinks that his entire fan base is a bunch of fucking fools. This was a conversation with Andrea. This was an accusation against Andrea. Absolutely nobody to this point where Moth is making this stupid fucking video where he has now engaged in the topic. Up until this point, nobody has been going after him for being groomed. In fact, in videos I have made about this, I've said this is not Moth's fault. You know, he is, you know, a victim of grooming. He's, you know, multiple times. He came from an abusive household, which is not his fault and not something to make fun of or ridicule, not something to attack him over. I have said this multiple times. So nobody has gone after this potato-looking motherfucker right here. This has been about his wife and the fact that she did this. And the reason it matters, whether or not she did that, is because she accuses other people of doing it falsely. So it illustrates the point that she's projecting. And it illustrates the point that she is the least believable person when it comes to shit like this, because she does it.
You want to smear those people. You can't tell somebody that they're a victim,
Nobody has told him he is a victim.
especially when they say, hey, I'm not a victim. I do not consent to...
By the way, plenty of victims say they aren't. So what even is the point here? What even is the point here? Again, let's go back to the 14-year-old sleeping with his 30-year-old teacher. I'm sure that 14-year-old would say he isn't a victim. He is. I'm sure the teacher would say she isn't a groomer. She is. You know, it's all well and good. Your opinion is valid, Moth. Your opinion is valid. You are a valid human being. However, to be like, I say I'm not a victim, so therefore I am not. That kind of undermines a lot of victims out there who have had to deal with going through the trauma of being convinced they weren't victims. I mean, it's just gross. It's gross all around.
this kind of narrative. As corny as that sounds, that's just, you know, dignified human decency.
Gotta love the joke edit, again showing that they're not, you know, serious about anything.
I wouldn't expect the 50-year-old man who chases lollies and other...
Oh, okay, so your 26-year-old, at the time, wife, literally hooking up with a 17-year-old, provably in her own words. And yet, you dumb fuck, ugly-ass piece of shit, are going to sit there and say, clicking like on a fucking picture in 2005 that was featured on the front page of an art website is chasing lollies. 500 DeviantArt likes. And this stupid, inbred dumpster baby is going to sit there and say, out of those 500 likes on DeviantArt, one of them looked a little young. So we're going to say that this person is a 50-year-old, wrong by the way, person who is chasing lollies. Because out of 500 likes, one of them looked young. From 2005. There was a featured image on the front page where it says, here's a featured image. Click to like it. By the way, does anybody else have the urge to do like when a little kid has a tooth that's loose? Does anybody have the urge to just tie some strings to his piercings and slam the door?
You know, fucking small kids online, though, to...
Ooh. Ooh. Wait, let's go back and hear that again. Let's hear that. This will be good. This will be good for the defamation case. All right, let's go.
50-year-old man who chases lollies and other, you know, fucking small kids online, though.
Who? What are you talking about, you fuck? Oh, damn, we got a new one from him. That's going on the fucking pile. That's a new one. Who are you fucking talking about? Evidence, receipts? Do you have any, like, even like a example of what you're talking about? Like a scenario? Oh, man. He really thinks his fans are fucking morons.
But to understand that. But, hey, no, my wife didn't groom me.
Yeah, she did.
Also, here's another little thing I would like to address. Burzum. Okay, Burzum.
Nobody cares about that. I might just fast forward this because he's going to talk about Burzum and the fact his wife was a big fan of Varg, who's a Nazi. I might just fast forward this. We'll see if he says anything of note or if it just is filler to make sure his video is long enough to get ad revenue.
My name's Plague Moth, blah blah blah, and you don't like Burzum, and the Burzum is bad, and the Nazis are bad, and I never was a Burzum fan, blah blah blah, and man,
And guess who doesn't listen to Burzum or wear Burzum merch anymore? this guy. If it makes it any better, my shit was
Thank you for changing your ways. Now, if you could only change your ways about all the other shit you're lying about.
bootleg anyway. He never got any money. I think that's all that needs to be explained about my wife and I's personal life, but this narrative that she groomed me and then somehow I groomed her even though she was older.
Nobody said you groomed her. Nobody has ever said that. Boy, he is really fucking nuts. Okay, so I would contest anybody out there, Moth, Andrea, any of your weak little weirdos in your Discord, any of your fans who maybe are still sticking by you, go out there and find where somebody said he groomed his wife. Better yet, if you're a fan of Moth, ask him to prove that someone said he groomed his wife. Because he just lied to you. And I hope you guys are finally fucking seeing that.
And this, that, and the other, done by people who I've outed as child predators. And
yeah, you have outed nobody as a child predator. This guy's fucking nuts. This guy said, he said TCR is a child predator. He said I'm a child predator. He said Scare Theater is a child predator. He said that Lazy Bedhead's boyfriend is a child predator for no fucking reason. The only child predator here is Andrea, his wife. The predator who went after him. Crazy how that works, isn't it?
really just sick fucks and degenerates online.
Sick fucks and degenerates online are people who react to gore videos and try to sell them and watch Daisy's destruction like Plague Moth has. At least part of it.
They're not used to someone biting back, and
they're not used to someone biting back, says the guy who is desperate and putting together a cobbled together shit video because he's getting bit back.
And providing full context.
By the way, he started this shit with me. He's getting bit back at. And he's not used to it.
Evidence against them, including audio clips of them saying weird shit and stuff.
He's talking about TCR, when TCR was underage in a debate about libertarian bullshit, where he said, you know, something about if there's no victim of something, it shouldn't be a crime, or something like that. Like, if there's no victim, it shouldn't be a crime of, you know, like a drawing or something like that. So he's talking about TCR when he was underage, having an opinion in a podcast that he was convinced to drop in that podcast. He's talking about an underage person having an opinion in a debate that he didn't have by the end of the debate anymore. There was an opinion about if there's no actual victim, should something be a crime? Like about, you know, fictional drawings or fictional things. So this dumb motherfucker is going to misrepresent that to his audience again because, again, he thinks everyone who follows him is a fucking moron. And hopefully he's not right. Hopefully, you know, some people, more and more people every day contact me or TCR or Lazy Bedhead and they say, I can't believe I was a fan of Moth. You know, he really shat the bed and blah, blah, blah. So hopefully, you know, as time goes on and as we see these videos he posts where he openly lies to his audience, hopefully more and more people wake up.
Stuff like that. I don't know. I don't care. And just an...
I don't care, he says, making a desperate video because his wife just performed poorly in front of Mutahar. I don't care, he says. If you didn't care, you wouldn't be in this video, you purple bastard.
FYI.
I mean, what does this look? Is he, like... You're a bit late for the Grimace Shake hype. I know that you're always chasing clout and trends. Like, you're talking about Burn Show now that, you know, Burn Show is somebody that other people are talking about. When really, the only difference between Burn Show and Plague Moth is that Burn Show reacted to Daisy's destruction on stream. Plague Moth reacted to Daisy's destruction off stream. It's the only difference between these two fucking people.
I've never seen DD.
Oh, man. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute.
I don't know. I don't care. And just an FYI, I've never seen DD.
All right, here we go, guys. Okay, you ready?
So are you saying you've never seen Daisy's Destruction? You saw a trailer on accident? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, Peter Scully made a trailer for it.
He just said, yeah, he saw the trailer. Let's continue.
It was played in... Part of it is actually played in the 60 Minutes special. But whatever this guy was throwing around, it's the fucking... It's like, I guess, the full trailer or something. I'm not about to find out. All I know is I saw, like, it starts with, like, a fucking...
He says, I saw, as in Plague Moth saw the video. Let's keep going here.
Kids running towards the girl, and I'm like, nope.
Okay, and then he describes what he saw in the video and says that he clicked off of it. That is you seeing Daisy's destruction, you dumb fuck. You admitted that you saw at least part of it on this fucking live stream in front of fucking everybody. You have already admitted you saw it. The only question is whether you saw all of it or some of it. But that's not what anybody's saying. Nobody's saying, Plague Moth watched the entire runtime of this video. You know, nobody is saying that. People are just saying that you watched it. You saw it. And you admit here that you saw it and that you watched it. You further admitted that on your Discord, and you have admitted it elsewhere. And then you say you didn't. You go back and forth, and all of that lying is pretty fucking suspicious. All of that lying makes it look really bad. Why are you lying so often about how, when, where, why you saw this fucking video? How much of it you saw, etc. Why are you lying about this? Like, that's fucking crazy. You make yourself look so fucking bad. But yeah, he's back to saying he didn't see it. Alright, here we go.
I'm so fucking sick of hearing the name of that disgusting CSAM clip that these people obsess over.
These people obsess over. He's saying that everybody but him obsesses over it. Alright, let's do something here. Dafu Love, dark web video connected to Scully. That's Peter Scully from the video you're talking about. The ultimate not safe for life iceberg, which includes Daisy's destruction. Daisy's destruction explained with a picture of the kid in the fucking thumbnail. Who is obsessed with this video again? Are you sure it's not the person who makes video after video about it? Are you sure it's not the person who makes videos about the guy who made it? Are you sure it's not the person who has Peter Scully in the intro of his fucking videos, Plague Moth, you sick fuck? I think you're a bit obsessed with this video. I think it's like your holy grail of gore.
I don't know why that's the fucking mud they want to sling against the wall. Probably because that's the worst thing they can think of.
It's probably because it's the worst thing you did. Actually. That might be it. Maybe it's the worst thing you did.
I don't know. I don't care.
If you don't care, you wouldn't be making the video. Stop saying that, you weirdo.
Just wanted to clarify that yet again for the 50th time. And
50th time. By the way, all 50 times he's lied about whether or not he saw it and changed his story.
and that's part of the many, many reasons I am not in a prison cell right now.
I love how he says he's not in a prison cell, so that means he can't have watched any kind of pedophilic material. As if everybody who has watched pedophilic material gets arrested. Look at the smug fucking face. He looks like a toad that just swallowed a cockroach. Like, he's so pleased with himself.
Okay. Cool. I love you all dearly. Thank you.
Oh, don't say you love your fans. That's so parasocial and weird. Oh, God. Oh, gross. This is why Catacomb TV turned away from you to try to get, like, my attention and other people's attention. But then when he wasn't getting any parasocial attention from us, he went back to you. It's because you say you love your fans. It's why you have Sanity's Horror, the person who's been stalking all of your enemies. It's why you have them as, like, favorite one, or whatever the fuck it is on your Discord. Like, favored person. It's why you say you love your fans. You gotta breed that parasocial environment so that you can rely on people to do what you say when you call them to action to false report people and flag shit. Yeah, pretty fucking pathetic.
Thank you for watching. I promise the next videos are actually videos that you'll actually enjoy.
Well, if you're talking to me, then no, because I'm not a fucking subhuman who likes watching people get hurt.
So, yeah, if you want to support me directly, hit down the links in the hit subscribe and the bell.
They were so desperate to put this video out, they couldn't do many takes. Like, there are cuts in this video, but they couldn't do very many takes, because they had to get this video out immediately, because shit was on fire in that fucking Mutahar thread on Some Ordinary Gamer subreddit. That was on fire. So this motherfucker had to quickly get a video out to try to stomp it out and try to get all of his fans on his side. Yeah.
Hit the bell.
It's just so transparent that you make these videos because you want to encourage and incite people against your enemies. And people are only your enemies because you have watched child pornography.
Thingy and click my links to my premium pages, and then we can shit talk in Discord to Discord. I think I'm having a stroke. Like, this is it.
Oh, if only. That's a joke. It's a joke. You can make a joke about him having a stroke when he makes jokes about people getting their heads stomped in. It's all fair game. It's okay.
This is the real end of Plague Moth.
Oh, boy. So, as I predicted in the beginning, a bunch of bullshit with no evidence or receipts of anything. Meanwhile, I have evidence and I have receipts that have been provided to all of you in the description below, showing that Andrea Morgan said in 2019 that she started hooking up with him when he was 17. I don't know what else these people want. I don't know what these two expect. You're not going to change the flow of time. You're not going to change how math works simply by sitting in the only clean corner of your house and saying, "Nuh-uh." It's not going to work. You don't have that power. I know that you think you're very powerful because of your subscriber count. You think that you can sort of affect things, and you think that you can chase people off the internet by making false allegations. We'll never see that person again because I called them a pedophile. Not going to work anymore, Moth. You did that to a few people before TCR, myself, and others got involved, but you're not doing that anymore. You're not going to fucking harass and bully people offline. I tell you what, though, I will ask my audience, if you feel like it, if you want to, go ahead and go upvote this thread on Some Ordinary Gamers on their subreddit. Let's see if we can get it to the top of the fucking subreddit. I don't know. Just seems like something fun to do.